everyone. Welcome to another DaraChat. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short. Because what? What's your problem? What's your problem? Wait, you
Too close.
too close? Oh, I see. You don't like up close and personal. So this is for future record. Jack does not like up close and personal. So
Oh, no, but that was way too close. That was like my fucking head was.
At least it wasn't like right up your nose.
Well, you can see all my hairs. Then you'll be able to count them.
Oh no, I don't even want to. Anyway, my name is Daramouthe or Dara for short because some of you people have an English language problem and it shows. But of course I get to have on the illustrious and wonderful JackTarLad. Actually when I first had him on, I called him JackTarLand, but that was incorrect, and I made sure that was correct.
Yeah, JackTarLad is my theme park.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, why does it cost me $5 a bob? Now you know. Jack don't come cheap, as the kids say.
I certainly don't.
That was all you do now. You got like what 30 shows you're doing at this point?
No, I've got three flagship shows that I'm kind of one flagship show, and like I'm doing a panel show with Tomby and everyone, obviously, and I've got a dual show that I do with our friend Abe, friend of the channel, Abe, and my other solo show is the chat battle show. So we can get into that a little bit later.
No more gaming. What happened to Vice City?
So I did actually say that I wanted to complete the game 100% before we went live with Jack and Abe, but me and Abe were talking about it, and we just wanted to get it out, and Tuesday was the only night that we both had free. So unfortunately, just for now, because I've literally got one episode of Vice City to do. Nice. And that's it. I've completed the game, so I've literally just I've got a few things to get the 100% completion in Vice City, and then that'll be the series over anyway. So that's why I kind of thought to myself, maybe we could just like skip over it, and I can do a special at some point, like a special game stream.
Yeah, because it was that, and because I know the one game you played way before then was the what was that?
Legacy of Kain.
Yes, the Legacy of Kain one. That's the one I know you finished.
Yeah.
That shows you how long it's been.
That was ages ago. Yeah, that was a year or so ago now.
I think it's about a year and a half, maybe. I'm pretty sure. That's how you know it's so old. And the Jack. Well, see, now this is the problem, though. You could have called it the Jack and Abe show. You just didn't call it that.
We did. It's called the Jack and Abe show.
No.
Oh, Davey could have just. Well, that's what it is for him. It's the Jack and Abe pillow talk because he falls asleep to it. Apparently, my voice soothes Davey verse.
I meant this. You missed an opportunity to call it that.
Jack in Abe. I think he would have been down with that. I wasn't there.
I was just like, your name lends itself to so many discrepancies. It makes a fifth grader just giggle to themselves all day long. It's like, that guy's name is Jack. Well, there goes the neighborhood. But no, that's
speaking of Jack. That song that you played at the beginning there, that's the one that they used to play on Later with Crowder. That is, and the young lad in that
Jack Dodger, no,
Jack Wild.
Oh,
and he's a British singing, acting child, or at least was back in the 60s, child actor who was most famous for playing the Artful Dodger in the Oliver movie.
That's right.
Was that something HR Puffin stuff?
Yes, it was. It was. I think when I was looking up the information, because Pogo, I think, said it was like a video. It was actually a video that was from, instead of like a TV show, because it looked like it's from a TV show, but it's actually a movie, more or less. And it's just basically from that. And I had never heard of it. I recognized him when I saw it, but I didn't know what it was until later on looking for that information. And I guess it must have been sort of well known, maybe.
Funnily enough, the name of that song is the Pronoun Song, because although we don't hear it from that Pogo song.
Yeah.
It's the subject for today is
Yeah.
pronouns.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so, don't go and watch it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, stay here and watch us.
Yeah.
You must
Well,
stay and drink our tea.
not that kind of tea. But Jack of Abe. Well, that's kind of no. It just doesn't work. I don't like a Jack of Abe. I don't know what that means. I mean, you could say Jack like Jack of Ace, but that just makes it sound weird. Like what is that? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on. I come up with the names. I'm a little better. Need for Speeds too. Oh, that's right. You were
That's right.
playing.
Yeah, I was doing Hot Pursuit on a Monday.
Oh, that's right. Some Mondays are like that. Some Mondays are a hot pursuit. Um,
Some Mondays are a need for speed.
yeah, that's true, especially when it comes to number two situation. But we don't want to talk about that. But
I was
yeah,
talking
no.
about drugs.
Oh God, good lord! Don't ask for Keanu Reeves up here. But no, it's just it's a missed opportunity for that name. But yeah, it's been quite a while. Obviously,
It has been a minute since I've been on the show, hasn't it?
it was last month. It was the end of
Oh no, that was for Rumble Squared though. When have we
yeah.
done a DaraChat? It's been some time because you have had an awful lot of guests. You are one of the hardest working people
I don't know. I don't know
in
about that.
show business at the moment.
I don't know about that. You look at Tomby, and he's already done twice as much. No, when it was there was a Dara's Hangout then you were on, and I'm counting that, and then Rumble Squared, I'm counting that, and then there was one where it was a solo, and that was when you and Electric Goat were on. Eclectic. Ugh, I hate having to say that word. Eclectic makes me sound was epileptic or something like that.
I don't know. The way you said it just then, it made you sound like you were from fucking Liverpool. Eclectic.
I've come here to try to take your boat. No, but
I didn't realise the Pakistanis were from Liverpool.
hey, I've already talked to a Scotsman. Okay, all right. I had a Scotsman on, all right, and he was all right. Although he said he didn't
Did he
sound
show
like
you what was under his kilt?
no, but he did say he would do
Uh,
a stream like that if he made enough followers. But no, it certainly has. But I mean, when you have on over 260 people, that pool gets wide to draw from, and
yeah.
some of the people don't even talk to me anymore, or they don't even follow anymore, or a few of them have blocked me. So that's part of that ordeal. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it has been a long time. I do try to bring people back on, but it's always a schedule thing, and with you and what you're doing and about see now Abe hasn't bothered me in quite some time to come back on the show, even though he'll pop up and he'll be like, "Hey, won't you let me back on?" Abe, stop it, okay? Oh my gosh, there's more people than you. Well, I'm
When
glad
is
you guys.
Abe coming back on there?
I have no idea. He hasn't bothered me in a while, so we'll see if he pops up or not. I thought the same
Just
Jack.
message him now. Just get him to message you and bother you again.
Yeah, well, I thought the same Jack. There you go. Look at that.
I'm gonna say, Dara. We're just talking about you, and Dara said he'd love to have you on the show. You just got to bother him about it. He wants you back almost immediately.
Hey, Luke, how's it
In
going?
fact, he's willing to bump the next guest to have you back on.
Oh, no, no, no. I already told you that story of what happened with that one,
Oh
so
yeah, oh yeah. I
that was
would. You. There's no way you would have such a lack of integrity to do that.
Lord, when like, I personally, I was just like, "Okay, great, whatever," and then the gall to say, "Give me a corporate response back." I was like, "No, no, no," because I showed you that message, and it's like it was a corporate response back, I'm like, "No, you don't get the treatment like this, you don't get to bump me off
Yeah.
for someone else," and I'm
Don't
just like,
you know who I am?
"I don't I don't care about that." It's just like if I had like with you or Tomby or with anyone else, right? Or even Yarny, what a good example, right? Like if something comes up, I'll let you know. I'm way ahead as far as I know. But
As
like
much as you can, yeah.
as much as soon as possible, because sometimes things do spring up, like a family thing or whatever. So you kind of like it is what it is. A round of no, no, no. Just get a spray for that, please. Get a spray.
You
But
can't
it's like
catch it twice. There's no cure.
just like you can't be struck by lightning in the same place twice. But that's I don't know
That's
how
not
true that is.
entirely true either.
That part is
It's
true.
it's it's a high, it's a low probability that it happen,
Yeah.
But nevertheless, there's a possibility that it could happen.
As long as it's 1%, baby. As long as it's 1%.
As long as it's a non-zero value.
That's absolute zero. Great. Partially not absolute zero. We have a problem.
Exactly.
But yeah, I wouldn't do that to anyone. I don't care who's more a valuable MVP. I don't give a rat's behind. That was just no. I just
bang out of order, mate. Bang out of order.
I just want to know. I just want to know for people like that. Why? Why do a scheduling part if all you're gonna do is jump somebody off because of someone bigger can't come on unless on this day? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's never made any sense to me, and I don't know why other people feel like that. It must be a status thing because that's the only thing I can think of why that happens.
It's clout chasing, mate. It's one of the perfect examples of clout chasing. For me, if even if I wanted to entertain the thought, I would come to you first and I would say, listen, this is the situation. This is the only time that they can come on. Would you be willing to reschedule? And if you turned around and says, no, absolutely not, I've already put this time aside for this show, then it's like, fine, no worries about it. I thought I'd ask. But I guess we'll just have to wait for Mr. Big Shot to come on next time when he's ready. And we'll have someone who's not so big this time. But we thought that they'd be a cool enough person to come on in the first place, you know. But since Mr. Big Shot said that he wants to come along and be on the show, I think what does this little run matter? You know, let's get him out of the place. Here's your corporate response. Clickety clack. It's like, well, I want to see your fucking manager then. You're going to give me a corporate response. I want to see your fucking manager. Bring me the manager.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Karen Jack. Welcome Karen Jack. No, I did.
No, that's the point, though, isn't it? It's like, no, you don't get to see the manager. It's like, okay, well then don't send me a fucking corporate response.
Well, I will say I did send like okay. I did at first. It was like okay, and I gave him dates, and I was like, wait a second. We put this thing a month in advance. We scheduled this thing out a month in advance. They're telling me within less than 24 hours about this person. So you're kicking me out for someone bigger. So that means, and they wanted to reschedule. I'm like, there's no way I can reschedule if I'm just gonna get bumped off again. And then the corporate response was, it's a rare thing that happens and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's just like we were talking about the lightning striking twice in a place. It doesn't matter if it's rare. If it can happen again, it will happen again. And you'll just bump me off. So what's the guarantee here? And it's just like, I'd be wasting my time. I'd be wasting my time. And I don't appreciate it. I don't do it.
So let that be a lesson to you. You know who the fuck it is. You know who you are out there. You know the people who know fucking know. Let that be a lesson to you. Have a little bit more fucking integrity. I kind of look up to you guys a little bit. You know, it's not like I'm a big massive fan of you, but you know, I like your content. I like what you put out. Have more consideration for your fucking guests. It doesn't matter if Mr. Big Shot wants to come on your show. You've already made arrangements. Have the integrity. Search your soul. You know it to be true.
I'm going to say, if you do it again, I'll get Davy Jones's locker and I'll make sure you never. I'm just waiting for that response. Like, what the hell's he mean by Davy Jones's locker? What is this? Pirates of the Caribbean? What? I did not. No, I did not either.
Dara invited me to an abandoned warehouse once. I was forced to make Nike sneakers for 4 months, and I still didn't meet Dara.
Well, you did. It was called the Dara sneaker. But anyway, that's not the point. But yeah, I can't do that to anyone. It doesn't. That's why it didn't sit well with me. It's like I can't do this to anyone. So why would I accept it for myself? And the thing of it is, though, once you accept it for yourself one time, you know somebody else is going to come along and it's going to do the same thing. You accept it once, you'll accept it again. And I'm like, as much as I'd like to reschedule this thing, no. I said it in a longer term, but it's like, it just, no. I wouldn't do this to any of you if you would come on, unless it was an actual emergency. Like, emergencies are always acceptable because we don't know what's going on the other end. Like, Jack could have broken his arm and looked like a one-armed pirate or something like that. I don't know.
I'd have still come on the show, mate.
Well,
from a hospital bed.
I like. I was like, Jack, I think you need to fix your arm first. No, it's fine. It's fine. Look at
Yeah. Yeah, so what have you been up to today, Jack? I'm in a lot of fucking pain on a lot of meds right now. Can you not see?
Morphine! More morphine, please! I can't move this thing. Oh my gosh, that Chinese accent was spot on though. Hey, whoa, hey. I can speak a little Mandarin once in a while, right? But not all the time. Okay. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, it's just a learning thing. But I mean, to get over
I don't speak
200,
Mandarin, I speak Satsuma.
I don't even know what that is.
Two types of oranges, Mandarin and Satsumas.
I know. I don't even know I'm supposed to say that anymore. I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I gotta think about that one. It's just 2 oranges. Man, hold on, child. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm gonna get there eventually. And people are like, he spent the last hour just trying to figure something out. It's like, I know what this was about. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, no, I saw that vet. Yeah, I saw that. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely terrible stuff. Absolutely terrible stuff. If the news over the last couple of days didn't radicalize you, then this is going to push people right over the edge.
Maybe it's the result I'm
I
waiting.
know. I genuinely believe it, mate. It's got this is where the sort of turning. Oh, fucking what a pun! This is the turning point, basically.
Yeah. Well, you can say that very much. I mean, when the Columbine thing happened a long time ago, it certainly did some things, but I mean, time will tell with it. But for right now, it's going to be chaotic, and I think people are going to be more emotionally disturbed than anything else, and that will clear out level heads. And right now, you need level heads rather than just people willing to go Frankenstein's monster on this regard.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. People are seeing a different from the sort of mood shift and the attitude shift that I've seen over the last week. It's been immense. Like people are grumbling about it. You know, like a week or two ago, people are just grumbling about it. But the events that have come out over the last week on social media, attitudes have simply shifted to the extreme. Like I have literally had enough now. Fuck these people. And that's all I can see now.
Yeah. Well, that too, Davyverse. But I mean, everything comes with its price, and if you believe in what you're standing for, there's a price to be paid, and sometimes it's with your own life, and that's the unfortunate side of it. Freedom does not come free.
Yeah. I don't
So,
entirely trust Tommy Robinson. I mean, I like him, but I've got a feeling that there's some ulterior motive there. That he might be behind the sort of movement in a way, but I just can't shake the feeling that there's some ulterior motive there.
see, I would say a one man's movement could be a bad thing, but then you have things like Martin Luther and all that stuff. But even then, after a while, time goes on, and the people's when you have something like that, they get what's the word? Um, helter skelter, I think would be no. It's discombobulated, something to that fact, where the main mission is sort of this like this down the farther the river it goes, the less and less the mission it once used to be. Now it's this whole kaleidoscope of things that no longer matter to anymore. It's just whole different
Yeah.
thing. And with
It's
anything,
like blood feuds, isn't it? Like all tribal feuds. They go on for so long that the people who are fighting now don't remember what it even started over.
you know what? It actually reminds me of that one Doctor Who episode where it was still with Tennant's doctor, and it was where, funny enough, this is where he actually met his wife, but it was actually his daughter, that episode. And it was where these bobble fish things were fighting a war they didn't, or people were fighting a war they knew nothing about. And they kept on fighting and fighting until it was so long after that the actual reason why this war even happened was just so lost to time, even though the time period was like decades instead of like hundreds of years. Same thing with this sort of stuff. Like you have Martin Luther King and all that stuff. Sooner or later, the main message gets disassociated with time, and you have a bunch of people adding more stuff to it because they lose sight of it. Now, there are some things that have stood the test of time, but those are far and few in between. But I mean, yeah, one man's sometimes one man's I don't want to put this. Sometimes one man's mission in order to better the world does not always equate a better world. And
one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter.
Yeah, that too. One man's one man's treasure finding is one man's trash making. There we go. That is,
or the other way around.
That's true. Vice versa. So thank you very much. I tried my hardest with that.
You did well, Dara.
I tried so hard.
If I could pass a cookie to you, I would. Or pin a gold star to your top.
Yeah. If it's an oatmeal raisin one, you better hope and pray you don't see you later.
An oatmeal raisin gold star. I've not seen many of them. I've got to be honest with you.
No, cookie. You said a cookie first and then a gold star. Goodness sake. I don't like those kind of cookies. It's a lie. Those are they look like chocolate chip, but they're a lie. Always a lie. And no one ever talks about it the way it should be. Oh, man.
I'm not bothered because I like both chocolate chips and raisins. So if I get a chocolate chip oatmeal cookie or a raisin oatmeal cookie, I am good to go. Life is like a box of oatmeal, raisin, chocolate chip cookies. You've got a 50% chance of knowing what you're going to get.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better than the weather forecasting. That's certainly true. Goodness sake. Man, where was I at? But no,
I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about. I don't even know where I am anymore.
I know. We just come to do this thing, and everyone laughs at us like, haha, funny, and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden,
I laugh at us.
Yeah, I know. So do I. I laugh at myself to laugh at us, and then there's a lot more laughing after that. And then 5 hours later, I'm like, what? Where were we again? I don't understand this. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's certainly going to be a day for quite some time, unfortunately. But yeah, it is one thing to live the life, and it is one thing to talk about the life. The one who lives life actually shows the example. The one who talks of the life, well, you know how that goes. It really just doesn't.
You don't know shit. You ain't lived my experience.
That's right. He gets his he's got his redneck hat on, and he's you can come to the South and you'll be just fine there, Jack's like, I can't believe that Englishman speaks such good language. He's pretty good.
That's damn English he's talking there.
That's right. Diet. Oh, shortbread cookie, chocolate chip cookies are the best. Ooh, all right. Nice. Yeah, understandable, Davey. I'm trying to get there myself. It's sometimes you have to look at it on a more brighter end because if you don't, it'll be more of a chore than anything else. And you want a diet to be more of a thing you want to go for rather than it just you're working against yourself rather than work yourself.
Maybe that spelling of damn diet should be an actual diet where you put like an oral damn in your mouth, and then that way you can't.
You put a chastity belt on your mouth, just
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Can you imagine, like, so? Look, Tom, I gotta say, I don't know what that is. I understand that, but it just looks weird to have your mouth covered like that. I don't know if I should
fit you with a skull's bridle.
Come on, here we go. Oh, look at the cookie, oh, and it's in the trash. Oh, see, that's right. Oh, if people would hate you after that point. Good Lord. Oh my God.
Well, they hate me before it, so.
That is true, especially if you have a bridle in your mouth. That's really, well, there's some people that like that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to go down that road. When the Johnsons get a horse, I don't think that's a horse. Oh. Someone's getting road to work, and it's a slow ride.
You can ride him your way, I'll ride him mine.
The implications too far reaching. David says, just wait till I visit America. My accent in America gonna be comical. Well, I will tell you this though, people love the exotic accents. I'm just gonna say it, you know.
Yeah, but I can barely understand him when he fucking talks.
Well, that's a dangerous issue. I can't. I'm just saying in general, when you have English or whatever people come over, they get a little more attention because they're like, "Ooh, something different." Because it's UK. I mean, you have people from Spain. I've seen people from Spain before. Probably, yeah, like Anna. You got someone like Anna who could do, be seen as introspective and all that.
Anna? You mean
And
Anna's Gameland?
yeah, Anna's Gameland. Yeah, I just say Anna for short because if I say Anna's Gameland, I'm gonna sound like I'm speaking too long. I might
No.
sputter myself out with trying to say it. But you
Whenever I put her name in the chat, I always say Anna, but I put an exclamation mark next to it
yeah,
because it
because
makes it look like something else.
yeah, Anna Gamesland.
No, just Anna! Exclamation mark.
Oh, yeah, a question would be
Looks like someone else. No,
yeah.
it looks like it's saying something else, and she hates it.
How much does she hate it?
She hates it. Like she hates it. She calls you out for it.
Well,
You see, me and Anna have got this strange relationship anyway. I'm sort of like her internet father and she's my internet daughter. So, we got that, not camaraderie. We got that patter between us, the banter, that sort of thing. We know how to handle each other, basically.
that's true. One has
I
an
know
acting.
what I can say to her and she knows what she can say to me.
There you go. As long as you're comfortable. I noticed Goat was having trouble on Monday. Goat. Do you have a goat or?
Oh no! So the eclectic goat, she did a role playing game set up, like a dungeon game, for all the British people that she's sort of got hanging around in a circle to do, because it's difficult trying to get people to agree on a time.
Yeah.
So she thought to herself, if I do one specifically for like Britain or the European sort of area, they'll all be in much closer time. It makes it easier to get everyone together, that sort of thing. And so, she's running a game for us at the moment. And Davey Verse happens to be one of the people who's involved. And basically what he's saying is, the other day, Goat was having a little bit of trouble understanding what he was saying, basically, because he's from Newcastle, or he's from up in them parts. I'm not entirely sure whether it is Newcastle, but he's up in the sort of northeast of England, just south of Scotland.
See, there are some people you can.
At least I think so. He might be Welsh. Very difficult sometimes to tell the two.
So are you talking like Ryan Rogers Welsh, or are you talking?
No, because Ryan Rogers doesn't do the Welsh accent. You see, he's got this really nice, well-spoken, articulate accent because he had to completely relearn how to talk when he was a kid.
He was. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was telling us all about something that happened to his throat when he was younger, and he essentially couldn't speak for quite a while, and he had to go for elocution lessons. So he has extremely, well-spoken voice.
Well, you got your answer, by the way. He's from Newcastle.
Oh, it is Newcastle. Aye, Newcastle. Geordie jeans, elasticated waist.
See, now...
Like a grove.
Like a grove. Yeah, well, and the funny thing is, like, I've had someone on who's from the Netherlands, and her accent was pretty thick. But I still could understand her to some degree. But there are some people who are like...
Jürgen Horrigan Wooty Bleep.
That's the chef right there.
I think that's Swedish, actually.
The Swedish chef, that's right.
Jürgen Horrigan Wooty Bleep.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah, what did you say about my mom?
But no, I know, I remember seeing Eclectic, like, I know she was doing she's still talking about movies, but I know she was doing like something like Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. But I just didn't know to what extent, because I know she's only...
This was a private thing, by the way. Sorry, Dara. It was privately run thing. It wasn't streamed or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I know she's doing something though. She's done like our son. I don't know.
Why, man?
I don't know, but I'll get there one of these days. But yeah, I know she was doing some like Dungeon and Dragon. I just couldn't remember if that was we were talking on because she what?
I was going to say she was doing a show called Slice and Dice where she brought people on to talk about role playing games and etc. and all sorts of games. Basically, I've been on there myself once, even though I have no role playing games to promote that I've been creating of my own. I spoke about the Star Trek: The Next Generation board game, which was a lot of fun when I was a kid.
Nice, yeah, because she she kind of discontinued that, but I mean,
kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing of it is, like, when you're trying to wrangle more than one person, the odds of getting them together, at least on a time, it can be a difficult in its own right. And I'm saying that from wide berth of experience, and that's not a joke on that end. But
no, it's not.
No, but yeah, I just know she's put all her doing all her stuff on YouTube and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope it's going well for her at least. I did try to get her back once, but she's been busy as heck with all her stuff, which there's only so many people I can watch. At a certain point, I can't watch very much of anyone anymore because it's just work and then doing this thing and then maybe trying to have time for yourself and then that's pretty much it. Like I at a certain point, it does feel like there are more content creators than there are people to watch, but that's just from a limited space. And then when you're having people support you, which is mostly just other creators, it kind of makes it difficult to just have plain people to watch because of the incentives that content creation offers. Because I'm sure you've already seen it yourself. Like many people want to do YouTube, even though YouTube is kind of screwing people over. People still want to go to it, or what is it, Kick or Twitch, one or the other. And where was that? It's uh I feel like it's the money factor that kind of drives people to want to go to that because they to some degree may think it's easy money, but it's not easy money at all, to be honest, because I don't even know.
I've hardly made a fucking penny out of it,
and yet you still enjoy it. Look at you, got a beard and everything, and you're still shining like a young man.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I make content that primarily I want to put out. If I have an idea, I'll give it a go. Like Chat Battle, I saw it as the Chat Battle itself. The idea for the game is not actually my own. I saw it on a completely different channel. This person had programmed a very similar sort of setup where it's two sort of balls that bounce around, but they've both got weapons, right? Like it could be a pickaxe or it could be an axe or it could be something else. I think their name is Earclacks, so go and check out their content, Earclacks. But they did it's not something that they've released as a game or anything like that other people can play. So all I saw was people asking questions like, where can I play this, etc., etc. And he or she was saying it's not available, but the code base is in Godot or something like that. You can make it you can make it yourself. And I looked at the premise of it anyway, and I thought to myself, that genuinely looks like something I could easily program myself, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. It was hypnotizing to me watching these balls bouncing around and beating the shit out of one another. It was hypnotizing to me. And I thought I could make that into something and involve the chat at the same time. And so, yeah, that was just an idea that came into my head. How can I monetize this? You know what I mean? How can I turn this into something that involves the chat, and how can I monetize this? Because there's no way that I've not got enough subscribers on YouTube to make any fucking money out of YouTube. The only way that I can really go is through, because I use Stream Elements, which is completely independent to both Rumble and YouTube, and so people can donate to me. Yeah, Daveyverse is actually number one at the moment on the leaderboard. But nevertheless, yeah, and the Jack and Abe show was something that we spoke about because we both enjoy talking to one another, and we've got a good camaraderie with one another. We've got good banter, and we thought to ourselves, this could be an excellent, jumping off point for a show. But we were talking about it for so long, and we were like, you were putting all these fucking ideas into it, and we haven't even got it off the ground yet. Let's just get it off the ground, make it a thing, and then we'll perfect it afterwards. As the weeks go on, we'll perfect it.
Yeah.
And, it's been mildly successful so far. All the people that hang out in the sort of Tomby, Smoo, Yarnwich, me, Abe, all the people who hang around in the chats, that like community that has been being fostered by all of us there, they all seem to stick around one another, but it can also come with its drawbacks, because then the crowd is actually split between who to watch when we're all going live at the same time with our own shows, basically. And there's the streaming timing conflict, but there's nothing you can do about that. You've got to just keep on going. Every single, be consistent. Put your content out as you want to put it out, and people will either come to you or they won't.
Yeah.
And it's that simple. Make content primarily for yourself.
Yeah.
And if other people enjoy it, then they enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's always been, even now. I mean, first starting out, but even now, it's sort of a road of trying not to compare yourself to others, because one, I didn't think I'd have as many followers as I did on Rumble, although most of the time they're just mostly creators or people who've been on, so that's the story in itself. And part of it is bots, but not by many. But part of them have also been the pay it forward and so much other stuff. It's just you that's the thing, is you kind that's the thing I've always been on, is like you kind of just need to go in and do it, make and do for yourself, because I get all the extra tidbits of people making the overlays, and yeah, I gotta do this to get all. I'm just like, if you don't create for yourself first and getting into this thing, then trying to do all the overlays, because there will always be somebody out there who will have better production, who will strive for better production. And that was my thing with this whole ordeal, is like, what's the limit? Right? What's the limit of like the highest production you can go? What, TV news network? What's the highest limit? Once you've reached the highest limit, where's left to go? Right? And that's the thing with this too, is like, where do you find the contentment with it? Because you always want to strive to be better. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy reaching out into all the people, and I've upgraded some of my tech a few times, sure, but not to the extent I'm like having like Shure or some $1,000 microphone or whatever. I'm doing this thing because there's value in it, because I see it every time I have someone like Wendy on, or Anjanette on, or having you on, having Abe on, having Power K Greg on, and stuff like that. It's just the value is in it there, creator or not. And yet there always comes that thing from other content creators, like, okay, so higher level, all this stuff. Like, there's gotta be a limit to this. Like, you can only reach so far. There's only so many good overlays you can do before it's like you're just like the next person right next to you. Where's the end? And I'm just like, that seems like a never ending pit in its own right. Whether it costs you money or not, because you can do a lot of things for free, but still, it feels like a never-ending pain. It's just like, I gotta find that spot where I can be satisfied with, but also want to improve in small ways, like the conversational aspect, or how to reach out aspect, or whatever. But even then, there's a limit, there's a line to where it will just hit its point, and then you gotta find other minds to mine in, like that. Like that meme where you see the guy going till he gets to that one point, and then there's a guy going after it, and it's just like, it's sort of like that. But I don't appreciate that, Davyverse. That was a low blow. That was too low. But yeah, I don't know. That's the whole. That's just part of that whole weird thing. This content creation thing is like, when you come to the point of production and all this stuff, it's like, you can look, if you want to improve that, that's fine. Don't listen to me. This is not about telling you what to do, but it's sort of like, where do you find your contentment? Where's your contentment?
What's the end goal? Yeah. Where are we going with this?
It was gonna be on a boat, but unfortunately the boat was canceled every time. But no, you're not wrong in it. It's like what's the angle? I don't think about goals in that sense. I just think like what's the point that you become content with what you do, and sure you grow a little bit, but you enjoy the thing you do, and nothing can take that away from you, regardless of if a platform acts up, YouTube or otherwise. And you have this thing, and it's a garden that grows every year, and you're successful with it. But that's just the weird part of me, I guess. Because I can't.
There's many weird parts to you, Dara.
Thanks. I
Take it
don't.
as a compliment.
I can't. You're not getting the fruit basket this Christmas.
I didn't get the last one either, so.
Well, that was not my fault. The flies got to it first. It's just too far away. Just too far away. Plus, it's probably a little more expensive to get fruit where you are, more or less.
Oh, you see, now that's the thing that I was confused about, was that I thought you just sent me a basket full of flies, but it turns out there was actually fruit in there.
Well, you could have taken it as a surprise, like, I've never seen a bag of flies before, but this is interesting.
Well, they were tasty anyway.
Oh, oh, you know what? Chocolate covered ants, sure, but
Eat the bugs.
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they've made candy bugs for I don't know how long. Grasshoppers and suckers, or scorpions and suckers. I'm like, I don't.
That's fucking mad. That is. Why would you put fucking a scorpion in a piece of fucking sugar glass? You
It's
know what I mean?
it's not as bad as the snakes in alcohol. All right, I've seen that. Yuck. Huh. No. Mm-mm. I saw that once and was like, turning it off now. Turning off this TV right now. No, thank you. Ugh. Mm. Oh. Oh yeah, bring up those memories. I'm already starting to lose it. But yeah, I just think people need to find their
Did you
content
ever?
with what?
Sorry, did you ever hear about this one bar in America where there was this bottle of liquor that they had, and it had someone's old toe in it? Basically, they got a toe amputated and they put it in this, what's it, and so like people would sometimes like come to that bar to take a shot of the toe fucking alcohol, and they had this saying with it that goes, you can drink it fast or you can drink it slow, but the lips have got to touch the toe.
Oh no, Lord, please, not now. Oh.
and then and then someone actually swallowed the fucking toe this one time, and they had to get an amputee's new toe and put it in there.
No, oh, no. I feel it. I feel it already. I just gotta get away from here. Okay. Oh man. Whew, okay. I'm okay now. I'm all right. Golly, I thought the snake in the bottle was bad. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. You know what it reminds me of though? It reminds me of the Return of Zorro with the Antonio Banderas, where they had that one general had like it was I think it
The head
was
of his brother.
yeah, it was no, it was a head in his hand of his
That's
brother.
right, yeah.
Oh, luckily those things were fake, but oh man, Anyway, yeah, right. You telling me, Davy Verse? Yeah. Oh, no. We do some awfully strange things, and those are the worst parts. Oh, oh man, I feel like I'm about to cough up until any second. Oh goodness. But no, I just to get off that, Lord, to get off that. I just think, yeah, I'm weird in doing this content creation thing because no matter what it's like I almost come up. It's not coming up against myself. It's more of like coming up against what's already been out there to, and I don't speak on against it because that would just be rude and all that stuff. But it's sort of like coming up against what's already been to play with to get all the views and stuff like that. The whatever you want to call it. And when that stuff comes out, I'm always in this situation where I'm like, should I try that? Should I leave that alone? And I'm just like, what's the point? What's the point with that? I can't bring myself to play that game. I've never. Same with the clickbait stuff, right? Or rage bait, right? You remember rage bait stuff? It's probably still.
Remember it. I'm a part of it.
What you been raging on now? What you been? More Starmer stuff? Is that what you're raging on?
There's way too much stuff to go on about. I am just a ball of anger inside. Doom scrolling through fucking Twitter has me, but the bile just rising up in me. I just, it's so unhealthy mentally.
Yeah, that's where I've kind of like, back in the day with like Twitter X, right? You would, if someone did something, you get like offensive. You probably would respond to it. But I've been in this situation where I've kind of stepped away from doing that. I used to do that a lot, but I rarely do it at all. And it's because it's almost like a wasted, unless you have to clarify something, which is always, something to do, or uh, something within that field. It really is just a waste of time with all that stuff, right? The defensive, like, oh, don't do this or that. And you could speak on a multitude of things. You could speak on politics. You could speak on platforms. It just is all the same area. It just wasted energy in doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I can't. Rage bait, clickbait, can't do it because it just feels empty after a while. It really does. And and I've tried my best to stay away from that kind of stuff, like clickbait.
Did you think that you were muted then when you burped?
I wasn't.
You weren't.
Dang it! One time. But what was that? Yeah, like clickbait. Clickbait's been a thing that's been around for so long, and you see a lot of content creators do it. But I'm just like, I don't get it. I really don't. Normally it's a water of ducks back, but this week's been to mental. I'll probably bail on next tomorrow. Nope. Oh, wait, what's he Oh yeah. No, that's understandable. I mean, at a certain point, you have to walk away because, I mean, obviously something big happens like today. It's going to be filled with that for at least a week or so time, and then it will go back to something else because we're so easily distractible to some regard.
Yeah, so look, I mean, it has been like a constant news cycle of this is why you should be mad. And they constantly need to date it with new things because people sort of like, it either gets memory hold completely because it's pushing the wrong narrative, or people just get complacent or fatigued or whatever, and they just sort of switch off, and they constantly need to be generating something new so that when the people who left come back, or when they're not so fatigued anymore, we instantly get them fatigued again. You know what I mean? It's like we've got to instantly. But I think in such rapid succession of very sad news over the last 3 days, especially, including today, I just to have so much happen so quickly. That is not something that they are expecting to happen. If you push someone too much, it's going to tip the scales. It's one thing to make people constantly angry. It's one thing to make people constantly, anxious or down or tired or whatever. Yeah. But when it organically happens that so many bad things happen all at once and then they're all being broadcast at the same time, that's just too much. That will push people over the edge. And I genuinely think this week is going to push some people right over the edge.
I can't say I doubt it because at a certain point it does, and excuses will be made to be used for that sort of thing. And for me, it's just I don't care about politics because it never resolves the way it sets out to. And that's with a lot of things, not just politics, but it never resolves the what it sets out to do because it's just teams. All of this, yeah. all of politics is teams. It doesn't matter what country in politics is teams. Not politics, but sports teams as well. Obviously, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like I get it, but at the end of the day, like my clock is finite, and I'm wasting time on that running finite. That's why I don't do the 24 7 News stuff. And I know some people do. That's fine. Do what you do. But it's like I can't do that because it gets so old hat. So people just run through that stuff. It's like a fruit roll up, right? You keep feeding the fruit roll up. Sooner or later, you're going to turn diabetic with having too much fruit roll up. Although it's still a tasty snack to have. All right, I'm just saying, fruit roll up. All right, I'd like to sponsor me. One of these days, fruit roll up just sponsor me. Might cool off, but then, well, it is. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when, because there's always going to be something that pops up. I mean, what was it like? We've had a lot of we've had many, like Ozzy Osbourne died earlier this year. Some people
But
still
that's
remember
more saddening than anything. This is what's happened over the last few days is enraging, and it's coming to a head because we're constantly seeing these types of things, and we're expecting our governments to do something about it. But like you said, it's all teams. It's one side versus the other side, and essentially, it's realistically, it's one person wanting to take as much power as they possibly can, but one person can't do it alone. So they need other people to help them along with that, with the same mindset. And then it's like they'll be saying, all right, well, I'll have the majority of the power, but you guys will get, you'll get your perks, but I'm the daddy.
Charles Manson. It's pretty good example of, that's more cult-like, but still the point of the matter is power. And that's another thing too, is that most of it really is just all a power play to some degree. You can agree with it, you can not agree with it. I don't care about the tags for people on the politics stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just like you said, it comes to a head, and eventually the cup runs over. It's been the same with not even just politics, but like platform stuff and whatnot. And it's just like, and I will say this, I did fatigue myself doing the stuff I did last week for I was watching, not me, but I was using programs to watch the editor's pick to kind of gather the evidence and finding, okay, what is Rumble showing more and all that stuff. And, I got done with it, but I'm not even, I'm not even finished what I took down, because it's all discombobulated and I have to clean it up. So I'm like, I thought it was done. But once I'm done, I'm not doing it again, because I put too much of myself into it. And I'm almost, at least for my Rumble Squared stuff, I'm almost tempted to just, I'm more or less just going to do monthly questions of the month, just because it does feel like, for me, at least at this point, that some of it is getting wasted on doing that survey stuff. And I've had your help with those in the past.
No, but I mean, like I've said, there's got to be another way of doing that. Like, in the sense that there's got to be a way of marketing it in such a way that more people get to see it. There's got to be some kind of marketing that you can do.
I wish I knew the answer, but any help I had with any help I had with making them kind of dissipated. But the marketing stuff, like, do I look like a marketer to you? I am so piss poor at this. It's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I can help you with the statistical analysis. I can help you with survey writing as much as you like, but how to market? I can't even fucking market myself to get enough viewers in the chat. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm talking about when it comes to marketing.
It's all in your name. Just it's like, use the force. Use your name, Jack. Use your name. It's like, I don't think I could do this. No, I can't do this. And David says, I expect our government to lock us up. I've already planned it. I'm going to meet my arrest. What is the charge? Having a succulent Chinese meal.
And what's the charge? A meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis. He's touching my penis.
Oh my god.
Have you not seen that clip?
No, I haven't.
It's some dude getting arrested, and this is democracy manifest. And, like, they're trying to put him in the police car, and they're like, it's obvious that one of the coppers has grabbed his cock to try and like pull him down, sort of thing. Yeah. And so he's saying that. He's like, and this is Democracy Manifest, people. And of course, I'm being arrested. And what's the charge for eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Because he's being arrested at a Chinese shop, you know.
Oh, that's so wrong. It's funny enough, I was on
Great.
but no, I have not seen that one. I did see a clip, however, when I was on Atreus and Khalil's show,
Hmm.
New Blackstreet, and they were showing this clip of like a woman who had a dog, but she didn't consider it a dog, and she must have been zonked out on drugs, whatever. But she was like, this guy was just kind of looking at her, filming all the stuff, and she the good thing he censored because she was flashing and doing all this stuff. I'm like, wow, she was really crazy. But no, it was kind of nice. It was kind of fun being on their show. They're nice guys and all that stuff. Although,
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to invite me on. I think they're racist. I think they don't like black people.
well, the funny thing was, is like, what was it? It was in earlier this year. They were putting out the invitation to say if you'd like to come on, just let us know because they only do Fridays is when this happened. And they do the other stuff other times. But they were doing it Fridays, and they sort of got in and said, "I'd like to come on." And they said, "Sure." And the scheduling all stuff until we finally got to that September one. But it was just you had to get in when they said it because I get I get why some creators invite either other creators or big names on, but that is so limiting. It is so limiting, and I can't do it. Jack, to have over 260 people to get to talk to you in some manner, although if you did block me, uh, is a gift in its own right. And well, obviously because I got to meet you, and that was fun. It still is.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank
All
you.
right, I'm
I
dead. No,
love
I'm
you
taking it
too.
back. I'm taking it back. Sorry, I'm taking it back. No, this is too late. It's too.
You're so
well,
mean to me.
well, and the
I
funny
sent you
thing,
a, I sent you a super chat last time, and you called me a fucking wanker.
I sent you one, and then you said you mentioned in your next one, but I think
And
you
I
did.
did. I
I see
did.
right there. I didn't. I didn't.
See,
What?
yeah, you weren't there supporting me. You were too
I
busy
was.
calling me a wanker.
Hey. I was on your. I was on your show, Read and Roll. Who's the only person you've had on your show that
That
gives you
had to
some?
leave early.
No. Not that one. That you had to make a rule on against because of something happened.
Yes, the Dara rule. For
How
those
was
who
it?
don't know, like you can, for those who are out there who are watching the show, if you haven't seen Read and Roll, it's basically where I get people to come on and they play through a choose your own adventure game book. I play the the dungeon master type thing.
Yeah.
And people in the chat can donate to alter the adventurer's game, basically. But what I didn't take into account is that the adventurer themselves may very well donate to make their game a little bit better. So I had to put in the Dara rule.
that was that was so hilarious. I was just sitting there, I did it because I went because you had to go to Stream Elements, which was the thing, and so I went to Stream Elements. I was quietly doing it, and as soon as at some point you caught on, and just like you put in, and then I put something in it to make sure you know it was me, and I was like, I can't remember what I paid for, but I know it was something that kind of helped, and I was like, I was like, yes. And they're like, hold on a second. It's like, there wasn't a rule. There wasn't a rule.
It's true. I let you have it. I let
I
you
know
have
you
it,
did.
but not another single one after that. You can't
That's
affect
right.
your own game.
That's right. No creator can do it because I did it. No, and it's funny
This
enough.
is why we can't have nice things, Dara.
It's funny enough. I'm surprised no one else thought of that before I did it. Because if someone else had did it, like, I can't
I
remember. Like,
think you were literally the second person on the show, though, mate.
no. I came on. The first time I came on, it was short lived because I had to go. But the second time I
Yeah.
came
So
on,
the very first show was Abe. You were the second person
yeah.
on second guest that I had on, and I'm pretty sure it was. Oh no, because I hadn't monetized it by that point, had I? I hadn't
No,
put any
no, you didn't. No,
bonuses on.
it was the second time I came on that you did have it monetized, and I was like, well, there's no rules against this, so I might as well try it. But I'm surprised, even when you did monetize it, I'm surprised, and that was before I came back on again. I was surprised no one else had tried that because I'm like, you would have had a
Yeah.
rule to take care of it. But I found the exploit.
we did a day zero revision of that and fucking patched it immediately.
Oh, that was too funny. Hey, Nightmare, how's it going? That
How
was
you doing,
hilarious.
Nightmare?
Oh my gosh. And I was like, I was proud of myself that day because I was like, yes. No one else is doing it, baby. I can do it. And then no one else can do it again. I'm like, yes, I'll be the trailblazer of it was the best part because I still lost, but still. I know what I lost on too was that it was that snakehead lady or something like that at that one point. Um got Tomby canny for last week. What does that mean? Tomby canny. Like you got him canned or what? What?
We got Tomby Canny for last week.
I don't know what
I
that
don't know
means.
what that means. We
Yeah.
got Tomby for last Canny for last week.
No, it says far. Canny far last week. We got Tomby canny far last week?
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what that means. I think he's talking. I think he's talking in Newcastle again.
Oh, maybe he says we got Tomby carried far last week. Maybe that was it. Or did
I
Tomby
don't
go?
know. Anyway, but nevertheless, Tomby had some terrible skill rolls, but the fabulous donators were able to turn that game around just a little bit by donating for some re-rolls, etc., and some bonuses. So it kind of turned his game around a little bit. But unfortunately, he had a bit of a anticlimactic death anyway, and it wasn't satisfying at all. Usually, when I have you guys on the show, and you always die, every single one of you always dies. No one's ever finished a game, and it turns me on. But this one was just a little bit. It was a little
Okay.
bit of a meh death.
Hey, well, you know what? Who's been the farthest so far? Who's gotten at least far enough?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who's got the farthest? Well, actually, I'm willing to say that it's Paul Hadouken has
Ooh,
gotten the
nice.
furthest.
Nice.
Because he played the the Warlock of Fire Top Mountain, which is the
Oh,
first in the series of the books, actually,
cool.
the first one ever produced. He played that, and he got to the wizard. He defeated the wizard, but what the objective of the game is over the course of the book, you're supposed to pick up certain keys with certain numbers on them, and then you get to try 3 keys out of all of the keys that you've collected, and they've all got numbers inscribed on them. And so you add the numbers up, and then you turn to that page reference, and whether or not that's the winning page reference that you turn to is all dependent on whether or not you tried the right keys. But he didn't have enough keys. He only
Ah,
had 2 keys. He'd only collected 2 keys, and you needed to do 3. So unfortunately, that's where his journey ended. But it ended after killing the boss. So he didn't get to finish the game, but he
but he
did
got far.
kill the objective boss. So he almost got. He was like 1 page away from the end. Basically, he was 1 paragraph away from the end, and that's the closest anyone's really got. I think both Abe and Magitech Mags, they played through the Forest of Doom and came pretty close. So I think, yeah, I'm willing to say that Paul, Abe, and Mags have all gotten to an end point where they've had to sort of turn back. But I'm going to say that Paul has gotten the furthest because he was like 1 page away from winning.
Yeah, I just kind of screwed around, to be honest. I was really just tossing wherever the wind went. That's what I meant.
That's what
Oh,
I expect. Everyone just have fun.
That's right. He said carry. Okay, so they carried Tommy last week because of all the donations. Okay. Yeah, you need to work on that language, Davy verse. After a while, I was sort of like decoding the zodiac at that point. Oh, I
I can
didn't know.
see.
Oh, I didn't know he
Yeah, I
was
was just
raiding.
going to say, I can see we got a raid from Smoo.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought he was saying Smooth was over there, but I couldn't see him in the chat. I was like, what? I don't know what happened. Paul, yeah, Paul
Well,
Hudukin.
yeah, Paul Hadouken. You know Paul Hadouken. You know the guy who's supposed to turn up on the Hump Day Chinwag, but never does.
Really? He was on
The
those
Polish
last.
guy.
He was on there last few times I saw you guys.
He was on the last week at least.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you guys usually have a lot of different people. I did tell
Wasn't on
Tom.
tonight.
Oh, well, I did tell Tomby I will be coming back in October because it's like this week was already full with people, so I'm not gonna be able to do it because it's on Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, I am. So funny thing is that what's his name? Beelzebub? What's his
Yeah. Devil
um
made me do it.
yeah, the devil made me do it. Yeah, he actually reached out for tonight. His show is at 10 p.m. my time, but I'm only gonna be on there for a little bit because I'm not gonna be in there
Is
for
that for
long.
make me a sandwich?
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's right. I was trying to figure out what's make me something. It's like whatever. But yeah, he did invite me on for that, so I'll be stopping by there. But yeah, I can't stay long for that. I've never heard Derek use cuss words before. I said shite. I mean, that's. I'd like to say that one rather than the other one, the American one. Shite is just has a bit more. I don't know. The curse words Americans have. I mean, you guys use them too, but you use more like "see you next Tuesday" and that sort of thing. But for me, I'm not a cursor. It just I just don't
That's
point and click.
bullshit. He's called me a wanker before,
That's not
slidey
much of a.
pie.
That's not a curse word though. That's like saying
Yeah,
you're
it
always
is.
dead.
Wanker is. We wouldn't have our kids say it over here
Oh,
in the UK. You wouldn't let a kid say wanker
oh, they
because it's a
probably say it
swear.
secret. They're only cussing when tell me. I've never. I don't think I've had. I've only had to tell one person off, and that's because they kept trying to put links in chat when I already told them not to. And yeah, that was
He's
fun.
always shouting at me behind the stage. He's always shouting at me. He's saying, like, you won't see the messages that he sends me. He's like, "Where are you?" Exclamation mark, question mark. I
Mm,
asked you to be here, like, at least 15 minutes before the show, and it's now
yeah,
10 past.
no, no. I always say, "Hi, are you coming?" There was only one time where that was the case, and after that, it's not been like that.
No,
I've never been that mean towards people, and they're
you're
just like
not
asking.
mean. I don't feel like there's a mean bone in your body.
I can be if I need to be, but it was sort of like the only time I ever had to get mean or feel like I had to get mean was from when I had that one Rumble Squared with Geek on. That was the only time I really had to get mean because I was dealing with someone who wanted to bring something up that was not part of why they were even on. And it's like either I step up to be the adult or I just let it continue. And I'm like, I'm not about the drama. I don't care. You're here for this thing which is supposed to be more helpful and all that other stuff, and you're bringing something that has nothing to do with the situation at hand. All right, well, I'm just going to deal with this. I had to get a little mean. I didn't get too much mean, but I had to get a little mean. But I'm like, you, what is this? Like, why? Why? If I have to step in and
Why?
yeah,
Why?
why? But if I have to, if for me, if like I have to be in a situation like that and I have to step in like that, I will be the adult in the room. Doesn't mean I'll be the best at it, but I just at the end of the day, I've seen what hate does. I've seen what anger does, and while there are good points to using that, majority of the time in your life, they're really not necessary at all.
No.
And while I may mess up sometimes, and I am human too, but it's just I don't. I'm here to do this thing that's wide and reaching, and almost anyone could be on. And yet I have to deal with people who are more children than adults, and I'm like, can I just please? Can I just? The content creator sphere, full of drama to some extent. Many us.
He means mainly us.
Oh,
Um,
mainly us. Okay, sorry.
yeah, but I mean, so there, like, I like to think that I like to think that I try to be a good person. But my dad always used to say to me, because I was at least known for having quite a short fuse, like
Yeah.
being quite temperamental.
Mm.
And my dad always said to me, you got a good heart, but you know what your fucking problem is? It's your temper. No, genuinely, though, is like
Yeah.
your fucking problem is it's always been your temper. You're too short tempered. You're
Yeah.
too quick to anger,
Yeah.
and that fucks things up for you because you get too emotional too quickly.
Oh. Oh. Mm. The shades are to hide Jack's black eyes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm constantly fighting, and they only ever punch me in my eyes.
uh, Nightmare. I don't think tosser is a swear. I think that's more
Well,
just like,
tosser is not something that I would want to hear from a child, but it's not as bad as wanker,
hey,
and
I
it's certainly not as bad as cunt.
had to keep guessing line. Only that one time. I've only had to do that one time, and I'm grateful for that. But dude, man, if you're on a show that's talking about feedback, it's about a platform and all this stuff, don't bring your personal stuff involved with it. I get it, but it's like keep it out. It's like when they tell you to keep your emotions at the door or whatever when you go to work, like keep it outside the door. Don't bring it in. Because I have to step and be an adult. I didn't kick him off. It's just I don't think I'll have him on for quite some time because that was no. I'm sorry. A person who has his own children acted like a child. That's no. Sorry, I don't agree with that. But no, I watch Better Man. All right, I saw a bunch of kids cursing in that, and they were in their teens. Okay, so I think that it's possible that it does happen. But that
No,
was
yeah, I'm not saying that children don't fucking swear. Of course, they fucking swear. What I'm saying is that it's not acceptable for adults to hear children swear.
mm,
And wanker and tosser are among the words that we wouldn't want to hear children saying. Even though it happens, yes, of
yeah.
course it fucking happens. I used to swear as a kid. I swear now. I wish I could get out of it. I really do, but I can't. I swear like a sailor, and there's nothing I can change about that now. It's in my speech patterns.
It's that motherfucking guy needs to get out of it. But
Shut the front door.
that's right. Yeah, what you say? Nope. But anyway, but it's actually a little past the top of the hour, but it is the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. What happens is that I gently uh leave some time open for me and my guests to promote ourselves. Now, obviously not always, because there's sometimes people who aren't creators, and so they usually don't have something to promote. So I usually just say, "Do you want a final word, or do you want some words or something like that, or whatever?" And like, sure, whatever.
Word.
Word. That's right. But anyway, Jack, if you want to do your thing, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yes, I am JackTarLad. You can catch me on all of my socials at JackTarLad. I also have a Rumble channel myself. I've got a YouTube channel under the same name, JackTarLad. But I also have two channels on YouTube and Rumble under the name Read and Roll, which is for my Thursday night show that I do 10 o'clock British time. That's usually about 4 p.m. Central time if you're in the Americas. Read and Roll is essentially what we've been talking about earlier, where I bring on a guest to go through a fighting fantasy brand. Choose your own adventure game book. This week we've got Smoother DJ on, and he's the one who's just raided us. So tomorrow you'll be seeing him starting a new adventure. I don't tend to do much over the weekend because I have family commitments and whatnot. But on Monday nights, one of my other shows at 10 o'clock British time, 4 p.m. Central, is the Chat Battle, which is a brand new show where we get people in the chat to put their ones in the chat and get your name on the wheel of names. We spin the wheel and we get to see who's playing next. And essentially, it's kind of first come first serve in the first instance. We've got a green ball, a red ball. They've both got baseball bats, and they're completely randomized, and I don't control them whatsoever, but they're both programmed in such a way that they react with one another, and depending on like the power-ups that they collect, the where they start in the arena, all those sorts of things, it randomizes it. But because like the two balls themselves, they're identical to one another, so if I put them in exactly the same position and ran the simulation, so to speak, every single time with exactly the same parameters, it will always turn out to be the exact same result, all the same lines, all the same bounce points, all that kind of stuff. So we have to randomize it somehow, and that's usually done by direction, height in the arena, and by giving the players the opportunity to purchase bonuses, which are all locked at like 50 pence a bonus. So we've got a leaderboard going at the moment of which Davyverse is the number one place at the moment, followed behind in second by Legatus Legionis, one of our favorite mods, a friend of the channel. So come and check out Chat Battle. And on Tuesday nights at 10:30 British time, I have my colleague Abe's Gonna Get Ya, also a friend of Dara's channel. Who we just basically talk. Mainly, we talk about British stuff because the idea behind the show is that Americans have some very funny ideas about Britain and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of wanted to bring the actual real Britain to the unwashed masses, but also it's a way of us demonstrating what Englishness and Britishness is based on our sort of heritage and what it like kind of means to be British and the things that we grew up with. And so it's stuff like that basically. But we also have a section which is a viewer favorite called What's Behind the Hole, where I've mocked up a hole in the wall of a stall of a toilet. It's got duct tape around it, and basically we put an image behind it, and I'll move the hole around, and the people in the chat have got to guess what it is, and that's a fan favorite segment, that is. But yeah, and then on Wednesday nights at 8:00, I'm a panelist on the Hump Day Chinwag, which involves myself, Tom B, Smooth the DJ, Yarn Witch, Kadath Gaming, who else? Paul Hadouken, Abe himself, and
his wife,
Hannah Yamasan.
Tomby's wife.
And Tam, of course. Yes, we can't ever forget Tam. And so, yes, so that's all my stuff. Those are all my things. I'm not doing really much else than that. Other than that, keep an eye out for notifications for some maybe morning game streams, because I've basically just been trying to fill out my hours for the requirement for the Rumble partnership program.
Yes, well, I've already given that up. I wish you luck with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. And where were we at? Oh, there we are. Yeah, sure, Levis Joe, sure. Wankers and gay. Wankers. Hey, Artful Brittany, how are you? And hey, Major Zap, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Good to see you, Zap, and good to see you, Brittany, and good to see you, Levistro.
All right. Well, for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on, because I am on both. But because I'm not a one-person platform sort of thing. But whether on that side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, or follow anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be. Let's just be honest about that part. But it also helps in having other people on, like Jack, like Abe, like DJ Smooth, like Tomby, like Paul Hadouken, like Hanayama-sama, like Kadath, like Yarny. Like at a certain point, it's too many people to count. But it's over 260. So, like all those people, again, I do this thing because I get to outreach to people like that, whether they're creator or not, and just have a great time conversing with everyone. Because I've been global at this point. I am global. Australia, Switzerland, was it Norway, South Africa, Netherlands, UK, Germany, sort of Russia, but she lives in the UK, so that's kind of like, I don't know if that counts or not. Alaska. I've been all over the place, man. I just, anyone who speaks English, basically, but I do enjoy doing it. So any help with engagement on either end is much appreciated. And of course, hold on, I gotta put this. Of course, my link, there we go. Of course, my link is down below as well. You can go there. It has my Twitter X in it. It has my email in it. Has a link to Discord in it, but it's mostly just for DMing because I stretch myself too thin anyway, and I'm not interested in doing more. So don't ask. But it's all there. Of course, the links to Rumble and YouTube are there as well. So if you want to go check out all those other places too, be my guest, as they say in Beauty and the Beast. But the last thing I do is while I'm still in the creator program on Rumble, because I still meet the requirements to stay in, even though I don't get paid. I just don't care. I am part of Proton's partner program, and what that means is that I use Proton on the daily. I use their full scope of the suite of stuff like Proton VPN, Proton Mail, Proton Pass, Proton Proton Drive, and a few other things they have. Now, a lot of things, some of the things they have are free, so you guys can use it without being part of any plan. But this link I was trying to have a tough time finding because I have this. I have Proton Unlimited, and that includes the whole suite. But I couldn't really find it. They didn't start allowing people in the program to use it until now. And so what is that with this link, you can go. Oops, here you go. So this links to the Proton Unlimited plan, which is an annual thing. You can pay, I think it was like, well, it was like $13 a month, and I think one is like $99. But you using this link here, right? If you want to use the whole suite, any part of the suite, really, it gives you like a 23% off when you initially start off. Now, again, I'm just promoting this for the benefit. I can make some money off it, but that's not the point of why I do this. I do it because I use it, and a lot of you people hear stories about businesses getting hacked and your passwords getting stolen and all your information getting stolen stuff. Proton is pretty good about that. Proton is pretty good to make sure that your stuff is safe and secured, like your passwords. Proton Pass is part of it. Proton Mail is pretty good about spam, getting, not letting a whole lot of spam and whatnot. Whole bunch of stuff. At the end of the day, the link is there. Oh, I don't have the link. Why didn't I have the link? Hold on. I thought I had the link in there. Why didn't I? There we go. I must not have gotten it. Hold on. I'll see if I got this right. Oh, that's why. I've already hit the limit. Okay. Give me 1 second. I got to get the link. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here's the link for that. Again, give it a look. If it's worth it to you, great. You now have something that's great on privacy and whatnot. If not, it's no skin off my back. I'm just promoting this benefit because, again, I know what it's like. And when you hear all those stories, you want to have something to rely on. And I use Proton, and it does a pretty great job and all this stuff. So link is right there. You can go check it out. Maybe one day I'll do a show, but or like a look through on it. But there's that. Sorry for the long elongation, but I thought I had copied it in there, but I guess I hit that character limit. So, and my question, why are you gay? No, you are, Abe. You are. You're the real gay one here. Oh, look, there he is. Oh goodness. But yeah, I'm part of that one, and I'd rather promote all that stuff. I've been in the creative program on Rumble long enough, and I just don't care about it anymore. It goes.
Did someone say Celine Dion?
Yeah, that was right there.
Oh, it's been such a long time, Celine. How are you doing? It's a pleasure to see you. So we've also got Abe in the chat as well. Hello,
yeah.
Abe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My man.
My man. Good. No, I just. I know it's you, Abe. I know it's you. I know where you're at every day.
At Nigerian Celine Dion's house.
Yeah, that's true. I believe it. I'm not Nigerian or Celine Dion. Yeah, but you're also not Jesus or the devil either, and you tend to bring those up once in a while. So there's that. Yeah, the fun stuff that it goes through with Abe. But yeah, I think it was once the 5 ad reads came out poorly, mind you, in communication. I was like, I already have enough trouble with the premium only streams. I'm done. I can't. It goes against most of what the stuff is, the flow of it. And the only things I get as a natural byproduct of doing this are the chatters, the streams through Rumble Studio, and the watched hours. That's it. That's all I get from the natural progression of the other stuff. I just don't care. Which is a funny thing though, is like in order to stay in the program but not get paid, you have to get hours in streaming on Rumble Studio and unique chatters, and then you're still in. And so I'm like, I'm gonna be in a loophole until I stop doing one or the other.
So I don't understand then. So is the ad reads not a requirement?
No, they still are.
It is.
It is. So
what are you talking about? Staying in the program?
So that means I get to still be in the creator program to try again, but because if you fall
You
out,
just
you
won't
have
get
to.
paid.
Yeah, I just don't get paid, and which I'm fine with. I don't feel the need to fulfill that stuff anymore. It's more work than I want to do, and this is not this thing I do is not work. It is a joy to do, especially with people like you, and yes, of course, Abe. Yeah, laugh it up. But I just it came to a head like the premium only streams were just pushing it. And I was like, I can do it, but it's like I don't really want to. And sure, if you want the extra money, you got to do those things. But like I don't care enough to do it. It's so against the flow of what I do with this thing. And if it becomes more work than it does an enjoyment, then
Yeah.
is it truly worth something joining?
Well, it's not just that. It's like you said, it goes against your core principles for doing the entire thing anyway, and it disrupts the flow of the show.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that you hit all these targets, it just goes against the flow of the show.
Mm. And I'm not at a shooting gallery, so I don't feel the need to. I mean, the duck looks nice to shoot at, but still, I'm not getting that big stuffed bear. Dang it, every time. But but yeah, it just become too much, and I'm stuck in the loop of being in it because of meeting those minimal requirements to stay inside it. But I don't do the stuff in order to get the payment stuff, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. I really am. I just don't care. It doesn't interest me to, and I get it, right? I mean, you could, well, I think YouTube, you still have to meet the requirements every year in order to stay in, right? Like you have to meet the 1,000 hours watched or whatever it
Is that
is.
right? Every year?
They say every when I look on the back end, it says like it's counted every 365 days or something like that. So,
Where? And they're
let
going
me.
through some pains of their own at the moment, aren't they? You know, like
It's
it kind of
self-inflicted.
seems like people are being, you know, promoted up until they get into the partnership, and then like they're getting no traction once they're in the partnership, which makes it almost impossible for them to make any money.
Well, I mean, to be honest, YouTube does it themselves because they're trying to play ad goodness or whatever you want to call it. But the problem of it is though is really there should be an ad market and people get to choose and work with the ad people. Like if it doesn't work out, well then you had nothing to do with it. You just provided the place for it to meet and they get decided. Easy setup though. Not like something like you meet at this clanky space and you have to work it out. No, it's like here are a few things here and there. This man is fake. No, Abe, I'm not a fake, but nice try. Nice try. I know it's you. You can try as you want, but you can't sway me. You're not Patrick Swayze. But no, this is what it for the stuff. Because I think this is the low tier, right? You have to get 500 followers, 3 uploads last 90 days, and then you have to get like 3 hours of watch time or 3 million of public short views, which it is what it is for that. But for like the bigger one, right, to earn the ads on, you have to get like 1,000 followers and 4,000 views or 10 million and all that stuff. And at a certain point, it's just like I think you have to continually keep that in order to stay in the program. So, but that's just what I know to be. Now, if I could get like the one where you can send super chats, that would be great. But it's just yeah, you have to
Well,
get a certain point.
I kind of like that on Rumble. You know, because it kind of gives you instant
Yeah,
monetization, whereas YouTube you have to really work in order to, you know, you have to get some massive traction in order to be able to even like get memberships or super chats on your
yeah,
channel. The one thing that I found out recently about Rumble, which I was very upset about because some people in the chat had sent some significant donations, was that if you donate through the app,
yeah.
and I got in contact with Rumble about it, and
Mm,
they confirmed it to me that if you use the Rumble app on either Android or you know, iPhone or, you know, whatever it is,
mm.
then it takes up to 50% of the donated amount basically. And so rather than, you know, being a seven, you know, like an 80-20 split, it's a 50-50 split.
I got on the program and I could say I don't see anything that says it resets. Oh, okay, on the YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that it almost seemed like you had to keep making sure you meet those requirements in order to stay in it, but maybe you don't. Maybe you just have to. I guess after a certain point, it just comes naturally. But I'm not sure. I'm not in it, so I don't think they'd let me in it because I have some colorful people on, in the language field and color wise. But that's not the point. Um, but yeah, no, it the app is Google or Apple take their 30%, Rumble takes its 20%, and it really.
And I don't understand why Apple or anyone need to take any cut of that money. I don't understand what the deal is there. I just don't get it.
it's their
Why do
it's
they need to take a cut?
it's their app store that's going through, right? The Apple App Store or Google's App Store. It's going through their store because it has to go through the phones, right? Like that's just the way it is. And it's funny thing though. I think because Google owns YouTube, I don't think they do an extra 30% on top of that. I think they just do the straight 30 because again, Google owns YouTube. So YouTube gets a pass because Google owns it. Now on Apple, I don't think that may be the case though. But they may
Mm-hmm.
have worked out a deal with Google. So it may be that they could bypass that. I'm not sure. But I just think uh, again, no, don't even try. Because Jack, well, yeah, the companies, I mean, again, Apple and Google are the only phone things out there right now. And if not, it's a subset of Android. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to go through their app store for any of the apps, and they're going to charge a cut for it. And if you're at the bottom end, well, you gonna get charged for what that is, unfortunately. But I get it, and I'm just like I'd rather do it through the web because, and you can go. I mean, it's easy to just go on the mobile. Oh, that's speaking me. It for me, it's easier to go on the mobile web and pay through there than it is to use the app because for many the app is just it's a mess and should be obliterated. Um, an option to leave the partner program. Uh, yeah, I can understand that. Because again, I'm still stuck in the loop of if I keep just doing the things that come naturally, I'll still be in there forever. But yeah.
I think what I'd like to see on Rumble is like for them to, actually. Like I saw Chris put out a tweet the other day saying, "Oh, I was watching such and such a stream, and like we've listened, and
Mm-hmm.
so now we're going to be doing this
Marketing.
other fucking innocuous thing that really doesn't help people to grow on Rumble, but we're going to do it anyway because that's the only place that we've been and looked at like fucking feedback." And that's what people are saying, that they want this feature put in. And it's like, look, I genuinely want you to fix that fucking 2-hour curse. Right?
I,
One, I want you to fix the fucking 2-hour curse because every single time we go over 2 hours, it'll kick one of us out or whatever. And
I,
secondly, I want you to fix this bitrate problem that we've been having recently. Like,
mm,
what is happening with this? I stream from OBS
mm,
to straight to the RTMP or to the Ingress, and I'm
mm,
getting shit, absolutely dog shit,
mm,
frame rates and bit rates, etc. Same settings, exactly the same settings going through to the RTMP on YouTube. Solid, absolutely solid all the way through. No
mm.
dips in frame rates, no dips in bit rates. And I like it, so it's obvious that it's not OBS that is the problem because I'm getting solid bit rates. I can see it on the sort of. You keep doing that burp, but people can still hear you.
What?
Um,
Can't you can't hear me at all? What?
yeah,
How
yeah.
people?
It's not muting.
Why is it? Oh, that's because it's coming from. It was coming from my webcam.
Oh, right. Okay, I see. So your mic was selected to the webcam one. Now we can't hear you. Now you're muted.
I was like, why can't you still hear me? It's like, why is it still pink? Why is it on my microphone? Why is it my webcam microphone? It's like, oh
So
man.
now people know your secret. Anytime you mute and you put
I've
your
always
what's it down there, that's what you're doing. You're burping.
it's not a secret. I've always said that. It's like someone asked me a few days ago. It's like, what are you doing? It's like I do this because I burp because I don't want to be inhospitable because there's some content creators I know who burp on screen. Sometimes people find it funny, but I'm just not like that. Anyway, continue. I apologize.
I was just saying about basically in OBS on the dashboard, you can see whether or not you're dropping frames and whether your bit rate, drops, that sort of thing. And with YouTube, I seem to be getting an absolute 100% solid output. And so I know it's nothing to do with my system. I know it's nothing to do with the software that I'm using. I know that it's nothing to do with my internet connection. It's something to do with the connection between my internet, my ISP and Rumble at the other end. But I don't even think it's that anymore, because what I've been doing recently, because of that problem, because I haven't been able to go straight from OBS to Rumble Studio, I've been going through EVMux. So I've been doing what I'm doing now, using this as a virtual camera. Yeah, using OBS as a virtual camera, going on to EVMux, and then I just restream to both my YouTube and my Rumble channel there. But last night I was doing the Jack and Abe show with Abe, and I was looking in the Rumble Studio, and it was saying that I was getting like 15 frames a second, and the frame rate, the bit rate was dropping down to as low as like 1 megabyte a second. It must have looked like a fucking potato. You know what I mean? It must have looked like I was streaming from a potato.
Yeah.
And so that tells me it's something wrong with the infrastructure at Rumble, because not even EVMux can maintain the bit rates and frame rates that it needs to be able to communicate with Rumble. So something's going on, and I want them to fix those things, the core things that really matter. You know what I mean? But no, it's some innocuous thing about like
marketing.
I don't know. No, it wasn't something to do with marketing. It was something to do with the chat or the raid or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, we've got plugins. Tomby, he's been creating that live ops extension for the Chrome browsers and that sort of thing. So, it's not like that is 100% necessity that we need right now. What you need to do is you need to fix your infrastructure, not fucking buttons in the chat or or clips. Oh, great! Oh, you can clip your videos now. I could have done that anyway. In fact, Tomby's it allows you to clip. I'm pretty sure that Tomby's live ops allows you to clip now. No one really wanted that. No one really asked for it. What we want is the core of the actual software that you're using in the background there. Like, we want to be able to connect with that. And if we can't do that through any means, then that's just dumb. Fix that first.
Again, platform stability, content discovery were the big two things from my surveys. Still getting that data in, still showing the same thing, and nothing's being talked on about it. Search is part of content discovery, obviously, but I'm like, that's why I started actually putting, like my pay it forward streams, that's why I started putting in the channels I visit when I stop by, because none of those people are going to get seen. Well, more than likely, none of those people are going to get seen, because there's just no way to discover them. And again, the reason why I was watching the editor's pick was because I wanted to have factual data to back me up, and finding out that, hey, Rumble just shows mostly politics, and when you have a front end, right? You have I think it's like at a restaurant, right? They say front of the house, back of the house, sort of thing. At the front of the house, which is the editor's pick, majority of the time they just keep showing politics. Doesn't sometimes it's the lineup that they have during the week, which is part of that. The point of the matter, though, is if you are trying to say you're a neutral video hosting platform, but your front of the house is just mostly politics, you are reaffirming people's confirmation bias of the platform. Now, if they truly wanted to get out of it, which I know they're trying to push gaming, but that's not the point. The point is the platform for everyone, and you're only showing chunks. You're showing politics. You're showing gaming. Great. You want to entice people here. I get that, but stop putting something at the front of the house that still reconfirms people's confirmation bias, because that's what's working against Rumble. It's them shooting in their foot. And obviously the thing with Chris was the marketing and stuff and all that. But my issue is your platform cannot hold itself if it just doesn't work well.
Yeah, it's fundamentally flawed.
But what was it Tommy said, "Get your basics right first." And what has
Yeah.
Rumble not done yet? It hasn't gotten its I get it, still small group, all this stuff, but at the end of the day, those excuses are wearing thin because they need to understand if they wanna compete, then they gotta compete, and they're not really competing. They're competing against themselves, so that's a competition, but they're not competing against the other platforms because the other platforms are longer, stable, censorship happy, but some people are willing to deal with that in order to get the payment they want. Rumble's just not there yet. And when I had JFG on, I was like, I'm not I'm here to be honest about the platform because if someone's gonna ask me, okay, what do you think about Rumble and all that stuff? I was like, give it a try. Give it a try. Get your own thoughts in. If it's not worth for you, at least you gave it a try. Because I'm not gonna say here, hey, oh yeah, you should go all day long. I'm not like those people. I don't care who you are. I'm not a hype person for the platform. I'm sorry. I want to be real about this because I want to see it succeed. But it can't succeed if it keeps shooting itself in the foot and calling it an accident.
And the funniest thing is that I saw you as the ultimate hype man for ages ago when we first
Yeah.
met. I kind of felt like you were the ultimate hype man for Rumble,
Mhm.
and that you were, more inclined to convert people over to Rumble than anything. And now that shine has tarnished a little, over the years that I've known you, and I've been watching how your attitude has been slowly changing. You used to be quite the hype man for them, but now they've brought all this other crap in. It
Well,
seems almost impossible to attain, and also because they're not fixing things that they need to be fixing, and there's no communication.
well, yeah, and before I did my data stuff, yeah, I could agree with that because I mean, I was like, well, because I want to succeed and all this stuff. I still do. That hasn't changed. I want to succeed, but when you keep seeing the same problems over and over again happen, and you see people pop up saying, "Well, Rumble's still small. Rumble's still doing this, so give them time and all this stuff and all that." It should not take people like Tomby to be DM'd and said, "Hey, how do I work this thing?" People are going to go where it's easiest to use. Ready,
Well,
set.
some people are.
Some people are. Some people are. But the majority of
And
it
and
are.
this that's another thing that I've been talking about with people across the board. Like some people come to me and ask for
Mhm,
help and etc. etc. And they're like they've got this big idea for what they want their show to be, and then they're not getting the same results that they want when they try to use the software because they don't know how to use it, or
mhm.
I don't know, they're just not willing to learn or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, hashtag cancel Jack.
I know it's a bit exaggerated, but I get what you mean, Lewis Joe. Power was made by 6
Um,
people, Rumble well, Power World is being sued by Nintendo for some stupid stuff, so there is that too. So, yeah, understandable though. Well,
but sorry, just to finish off, some people are,
go
they want the out of the box option. They
Mhm,
want to be able to just take something out of the box and start using it.
yeah,
But there's a trade off to be had if you want a high production quality and you want
mhm,
a production intensive
mm,
stream. You've got an idea for a production intensive stream,
mm,
then you're going to have to like step up your game, use some things that are outside of your comfort zone,
mm,
learn some new skills, learn some. Otherwise, you're going to be limited by the out of the box solution,
mhm. It's true.
and it's as simple as that.
Yep. I'll be right back. I get your restroom. All right, Jack. Don't. Never mind. You'll do what you do. I'll be.
Yes, boys and girls. So whilst
Watch him, guys. He's tricky like that. I'll be right back.
I'm not that tricky, so whilst he's gone, I'll just give you another rundown of what I'm going to be doing through the week. Don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday, you can find me on my channel and on Read and Roll on Rumble for my show Read and Roll, which is at 10 o'clock. We've got Smoother DJ coming on this week. We don't know what book he's going to be playing through this time round, but he did most definitely die the last time he was on, so he will be starting a brand new adventure. rather than carrying on the old one. And on Monday night, don't forget, it's in my new show, Chat Battle. I think we're in our like 4th week already. I can't believe it's been going a month now. But yeah, Chat Battle, where you get to fight against your fellow chatters, fight your way to the top of the leaderboard, winner stays on, get your balls out and whack each other with a bat. And then on Tuesday it's the Jack and Abe show with Abe, who's in the chat right there himself. Yeah, where we just we mainly talk about British stuff, but you know, it's kind of, it's like a whole load of nostalgic stuff, and you know, the things that we used to do as kids, and I don't know, you know, just some fun stuff to get involved with. And Tomby's Hump Day Chinwag on the Wednesdays. So yeah, please come and see me.
Yeah,
Come on and see me sometime.
Oh, come on, everyone! Oh, I have goodness sake. No, man, when they say a torrential downpour. No, anyway, but yeah, that again, that's why I do my stuff, because I'd rather come at that point, even if it doesn't get the most attention, whatever. I still rather come from a data back point um, than scattershot voices. And I know people who are entertainers or drama whatevers are going to get the most attention for getting people to, like you saw with the Chris thing, right? They're going to get the most people to watch their stuff, but nothing's being collected and nothing's being shown after the fact. It's all on Rumble to do that. And I'm like, people need to see something. They need to see progress and need to see results, because at the point, it's like a Jerry Maguire moment, right? Like, you got to show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the results. And more of the times than not, they'll say the words, but the results just aren't there. And that's why I do the feedback data collection, because I found the importance there. I'm going to argue from a data standpoint than I am going to be arguing from an emotional standpoint, even though I know the emotional standpoint might get more views and stuff, but it's all I know I can do. It's to give you guys something at least. And obviously I've posted the infographics and stuff out there. Like let's see if I can't find it. Nope. I'm going to pictures. Hey yo.
I'm going to pictures.
There we go. So this looks like this. I've posted this out there. It's in my pinned, but I've posted this out there. Oops, I've got to share the screen. There we go. So I've posted this out there. Like, it's not. Oops, that's a little too. Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. So like this.
You know, have you got a scroll wheel on your mouse?
Oh well, I can do that.
Yeah, if you hold control, stop. If you hold control and use your scroll wheel, like there you go.
Okay, but I have to go up and down, otherwise I'll just.
That's okay. I'm just letting you know that if you use control, you can zoom in and out with that.
So, but yeah.
See what I mean, everyone at home? The way that he bites my head off. He just treats me like such dirt. He just treats me so badly.
Oi, Oliver, get back in line. No, but I mean this is what I turned it into. Actually, this is a recent thing, because I found a little thing on Canva that I can use that I do this. But this is what I turn all that feedback data into. You guys get to see this stuff, and all that, like all the stuff from let's see. Oh, here we go. All the stuff from the Nina Infinity, the Joe Pags, all this stuff. It's in here. Not all of it, but at least some of it, which everyone could see. And it's just like I can put that out there, but like Silver Fox, punishment for voicing platform criticism. It's true to a degree. No content discovery system documented. Again, this is for you guys. This is all I know I can do. At least give you guys something to see that, hey, someone at least is trying, where you're not going to see Rumble do it. And this is what I do with that feedback, because again, your feedback is just that important. It's just trying to get people to care about it, and more than that, people just want to be entertained by the fact of being heard rather than actually being heard. So
I'm sorry, but if Chris fucking Pavlovsky or whatever his name is, and Rick Rack are the only two people that are outreaching to people, and then like, so people on Twitter or whatever, they can see Chris and they can see Rick posting things, right? And that's their only touch point. Do you know what I mean? And so they message, people message them or comment, and yes, sometimes you get a comment back. But anytime you ask something like that's really serious or really detrimental or whatever, you'd get nothing. You get absolutely nothing back. It's like, you only want to talk about the things that you're doing, and the things that you're actively sort of working on. You never want to talk about the things that you're not working on. You never want, and quite frankly, sometimes I kind of feel like they know that these things are an issue. They just haven't figured out the fucking solution yet.
No, because I mean, you're already losing people. You're already hemorrhaging people or using the platform. And this is about the creator program. Quality leaders leaving program despite mean qualifications like Power K Greg. Broken discovery drives economic unviability, which is a fun word, but it is a truth in that if you can't get seen, you don't get hold on, I gotta go down, any of that view stuff. And for me, it's just like this is the stuff that needs the most talked about and all that. Like the
Mm-hmm.
uh Alaska Man Jeff gave this idea for like being seen, homepage rotation, mixed promotion, all that stuff. But we're still in this situation. And it's like again, it's not. I dislike people say it's complaining, whatever. It's bringing up something that's real to people who want to come to this platform to use it. And if they can't get those basics worked on right, and I'm seeing people like, oh, it'll get there, it'll get there, it'll get there. It's like, when is the getting there part though?
Yeah.
That's the issue. Is like
When are we getting to that?
time is against Rumble because the simple fact of it is that sure you can wait long enough and YouTube will kick over itself and maybe Twitch will and kick or whatever, but that's going to take a lot longer time than it is for Rumble to become at least partially successful in what it does. Sure, it's gotten the amounts of stuff it said for like the quarter ones, but my data shows that the same issues are still popping up that are not getting resolved. And it's like
So
either go ahead.
I was just gonna. Sorry, I was just gonna say I've just tested it out on my phone now. I've just updated the Rumble Studio app. One of the things that I said to Rick
Mm,
about a month or two ago
yeah.
was, one of the things that I would like to see in the Rumble Studio app is the
Mm,
ability to go into portrait or go into landscape mode, because you
mm,
can't. Every time I auto rotate
mm.
it doesn't go into landscape mode.
Yeah.
And he sent me a message. Well, it was just a GIF, basically.
Mm,
Someone going on it, as if to say, that they're working on it. I've
mm,
just tested it now. It's still not in there. Why? What? How? I know Android programming. Okay, I've done Android programming before. It's
mm,
not difficult to fucking make it just rotate,
mm,
and there you go. The entire app has rotated now. It's
mhm,
not that difficult. Why haven't you added that? Just that
mm,
simple functionality,
mhm.
so that you can have a landscape camera and a landscape, app.
Mhm. At the end of the day, it's the amount of frustration that's building on the back end, and there seems to be no solution in sight, or at least no solution being talked on to work on. There have been mentions of like the content discovery stuff in the past, earlier this year, May, June, July, but it can be easily dismissed for something else. You have people who wipe up the platform and say, "Give it more time." It's like they don't have more time. They don't. They don't have you can try to make comparisons to YouTube and whatever, but YouTube was started by 3 former PayPal employees. 3. And they made something that even Google bought, billions of dollars. And Rumble is still having issue in trying to get to that point that even back in 2005, where the technology was not that great for like video sharing, which it's much better now, but still you have bandwidth and all that stuff that equates to the limitations and whatnot, and the storage and all this. Still were able to do something. Maybe can they not afford it? Probably. Who knows? But there's no discussion. There's no the things that are basic, that are most important to people. just not being talked on or seemingly get worked on. And
it's not just that though either, Dara. It's the fact that they're moving into sectors of their business, which is
crypto?
they're moving. No.
Oh.
That's not what I mean. They're
Mm,
moving into sectors of their business where they're sort of offering all these things to their creators when they haven't even got their software locked down, right?
mm,
So it's putting creators in a situation where they're going, oh, let's all go over to Rumble. Haven't you heard the Rumble creator program? We can all make a whole bunch of money over there, so you get all these people flocking over and they're like, okay, right, we're here now, so how do we start making money? You promised us that we could start making money, that's what you said. It's
mm,
like, yeah, well, you can start making money, but we've just got a few bugs that we need to work out the system, which might hinder you in making money on the platform because you might not be able to stream to us.
mm.
So my point is, it's like they're rather than focusing on the actual, building of their software, their infrastructure in the
Yeah.
background, they're like building little bits of their infrastructure and then offering big rewards to their user base,
Mm,
and then doing tiny little bits of work on their infrastructure again, but then like promising the creators the fucking world. And
mm,
it's like that is a surefire way to hemorrhage. People will just get fatigued and go, do you know what, I'm fed up of fucking waiting. You promised us all these things. Yeah, you said that we could make money.
mm.
Admittedly, some people are. Some people aren't having any issues, right?
Yeah.
I guess it might be like a geographical thing. I don't
Sure,
know.
that's true.
But
Yeah.
I really want this platform to take off. I really want this platform to work. But
Mm,
as it stands at the moment, I can't even stream from OBS to the RTMP, which is this new thing that they've brought in. Yeah.
mhm,
I was happy doing it the old way that didn't include Studio.
mhm,
You know what I mean? When we didn't even have Rumble Studio, we just had the regular set up a stream. Here's your RTMP key, put
mm.
it into OBS,
Yeah.
stream away.
Mm,
That worked.
yeah. And again, uh, the tensions are only going to build the again the spaces and those the creator roundtables or whatever are only pretty much venting sessions because they're really just letting off the steam rather than collecting that feedback like I'm trying to do and showing that maybe focusing in the areas. But again, what I do relies on people willing to give, one, and two, willing to share and put it out there because I can back up what I say. I can look at all these other people that do those spaces and do those streams, and I can say, I've got the data to prove my point. Where are you at? So
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell people, and Abe's not wrong. Seen you did more coding for Rumble in the past month than Rumble sold team has in at least 6 months. Yeah, well, through the API thing, which is not that great either, at least from what I've heard. But at the end of the day, if someone I've talked to a bunch of tech people, the creator of Rumble Labs, I've talked to people like Zombie and many others, even Tommy himself. Like the when I talk to Rumble Labs, right? He wants the platform to succeed too and all that, but he also said, like, you already have the stuff out there. Just take the bits and pieces, add them to your own, and make them the way you want, and just plug them into the platform. And it's just you're having a software manager who's done this stuff for 15 to 20 years is telling you you might just want to take what's out there, add it to your system. When you get to the point where you can do this stuff, do it. But it's just like a wasted effort. And again, the frustration is an understanding thing I can understand, but I've got to pull myself back to I'm not fatiguing myself on it, and that's why I just do Rumble Squared once a month and all that because I'm not going to fatigue myself for this platform. It doesn't. No platform deserves you giving them fatigue or the hype or whatever. No platform does. If you want to see a platform
Yeah, I
succeed, it's great.
mean, they don't. No one deserves your time and energy for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a payoff on both ends. And while you can be told to work harder, while you can be told to stay in your lane, or Rumble doesn't own anything, or any platform really, I don't care. A platform is competing against other platforms, and in order to do that, it's got to have the money and all this stuff, sure, but you
And
can't.
another thing is no, but another thing as well is on that comment, Rumble doesn't owe you anything. No, right? I completely agree with that. They're offering like a free service that people could, that they can use limitedly unless they pay for premium, and then they get a few more perks. That's a great model and everything. Yeah, people can use it for free. I guess that some of the layouts in Studio, that's what you get with the free. I guess there's nothing else that's offered with the premium in terms of like layouts and stuff like that. But turning around and saying like stay in your lane and Rumble owes you nothing. It's like, actually, no, Rumble does owe us something because they wanted us to come over to them. And what they did was they says, come over to Rumble, they said. You'll have a great time, they said. You'll earn money. And so what I'm expecting now is to actually do those things that they said. So they do owe us something. If they were just putting things out there and saying, like, this is our software, here you go, you can use it for free. At that point, it's like, we don't owe you anything else. But if you're saying, here's our software, you can use it for free, and if you come over to us, here's what we're going to give you. It's like, that was an incentive to come over. Now you owe me something.
They owe you a platform that works.
At least,
yeah. And unfortunately,
but this whole Rumble Creator program as well, yeah, they're adding more to it now. They're adding more levels of what they fucking owe me now. And admittedly, I have to put some work in too, because I have to create content in order to meet the requirements in order for them to pay me. But when I can't meet those requirements because of their own fucking infrastructure, that's where the problem lies.
Yeah. They, again, shooting themselves their own foot. Basically what it is. The self-inflicted wound, children, and a lot of platforms do that, especially Twitch, since it's Amazon's, but I think Amazon is just using it for a AI sort of data pool like YouTube does, or Google.
I've never been into Twitch. I've watched people on it, and it doesn't bother me. I'm not. It's like a Zoomer core fucking level,
Too
and I'm
much
just
grumpy Grandpa Jack right over here. I have to see these darn kids over there that do the little shout outs, their little raid alerts, and I'm over here just trying to make my stream.
pretty much, mate. Like it's I don't do TikTok for the same reason, because TikTok is just an Instagram, because it's just fucking brain rot, really. You know what I mean? I don't use it on a regular basis, but I am seriously considering, putting very short shorts on TikTok just to direct them to my Rumble and YouTube channels.
Yeah, well, I've already done that. I've already started posting my shorts on there. Although the last short I had got 0 views. So I'm like, either they don't like what I put up, or it just doesn't fit within the thing. I'm just like, no one, not even one person. I went to go watch it myself, and it wouldn't count the view. So
That's a bit dodgy.
well, I had to. Well, found out I had to appeal something on my first one because it was like gore or violence or stuff. I'm like, well, I was only talking about the Viking because I had Jason Fox on, and he's in Norway, and we were talking about the Norse language and like the show Viking and all that, a Northman and all that stuff. But it was just talking about it. It wasn't showing any violence, whatever. And I appealed it. I got the appeal, so I did appeal that because there was no violence whatsoever. It's just talking about Vikings and stuff. We did talk about what was in the movie, but it wasn't to like graphic detail that would whatever. So,
Yeah.
but it still, I don't think any of my short clips have gotten any views yet. So yeah, that's interesting. Um, hey, oh look who's back! Hey Steve, what's going on? It's been so long,
Hello,
Steve.
Steve.
Steve is it's been a while, man. I'm glad you're still alive though. I hope you're getting enough sleep. Jack, are you behaving? Well, Jack once said to
Never.
me, yeah, Jack once said to me, if I behave, this show will be boring. And I said, well, wouldn't that be a surprise? Wouldn't that be a surprise?
This show isn't boring, though. I guess it depends on who you have on.
Well, sometimes you already know who the person is. It wasn't boring. It was just hard to get a conversation out of them. But some people are like that, and some people are just nervous or whatever. Like I've had a few people on that are anxious and stuff, and I'm still able to make something work. But that's the whole point of this show is to talk to people like that. Oh, that one was very that was a difficult day in its own right. But there have been some that are getting close to that difficulty. But that was interesting. But I did thank everyone who's been on the show though. So if you've been on the show, you saw my wall of gratitude. I'm somewhat alive. Well, yeah, because you stay up late. Go to bed. Get to bed, Steve. You stay up too late. Uh, but no, I found that funny because uh, I just put that up because I did it last time before, but not to that extent because I was trying to figure out okay, so how many ads can I put in a post before the whole X thing can spam you or whatever, catch you for spam. You can do at least three. What was it? 315 and 3. Yeah. I know. I'm getting there. But yeah. So I did that. I said everyone and all that stuff. So I was glad to be able to do it though. But anyway. But yeah, the TikTok thing. I'm doing that a bit. Just throwing my stuff on there. I'm not really putting too much effort into it. I'm not gonna like promote it or whatever. It's just gonna be its thing, and all that stuff. But anyway, it is the top of the hour again. I did go a little longer. I apologize, but we're gonna start winding down because Jack is it's almost 3 a.m. where Jack is at, so he needs to get to bed. I don't want him
No,
feeling like
it's 12 o'clock at night where I am. It's
you
just
could just let me
it's just
just he just got what 3 a.m. was like, wow, he's really giving up his time. Wow, he's a thoughtful person. You say midnight, it's like, oh well, that's not that bad.
yeah. I'm thoughtful, but I'm not that thoughtful. No, it's just simply because I got to get up in the morning to take my daughter to school and that sort of thing. So I don't want to.
And we don't want you driving half asleep. We know what happens.
I don't
This
drive, mate.
this show is not boring. It is gay. You know what? You're gay. You're gay, Abe. That's right. I
Yeah,
said it.
Nigerian Celine Dion, you're gay.
Yeah, you're gay. Yeah, Abe, you're gay. I said it. I said it. There you go. But I will no. But for the 2 hour thing, I was gonna say when I had my last Rumble Squared, we went 4 hours and we did not get hit. At least for me.
Really?
Yeah. So they found it or I'm just not experiencing it and other people are. So I can't say for certain. But for that Rumble Squared, and even now, well, not now, but for that Rumble Squared, which went 4 hours, we did not get hit or had to refresh or whatever it went through. So maybe they
Nice.
fixed it. Maybe they fixed it. But I'm just one voice out of too many. Let me find your link tree. All right, Jack. You know how it goes. Do your business.
I've already done it twice.
No, you did
But
it once.
no, I did it when you went for Jimmy Riddle.
Man, well, fine. I'll just take this off the screen. You're welcome.
But I am JackTarLad. You can find all my links in my link tree on my Twitter bio at JackTarLad. Go there. You can see all my things and my stuff. Chat Battle Mondays, Jack and Abe Show Tuesdays, Tumby's Hump Day Chinwag on Wednesdays, and Thursdays it's Read and Roll. So go and check out all of those things and my stuffs. And Dara, it's been a pleasure as always to be on the show.
It's like fitting into that old mascot costume, and it just feels so good. A little sweaty, but it feels so good. I'm still waiting for my invitation back to Read and Roll. I've not heard anything back. I've sent a complaint, but the office hasn't returned anything. So,
All right then. Would you like to come on next Thursday? Let's have a look.
what
That'll be the 18th, Thursday the 18th.
what time?
Well, that all depends on you, really, because if you got someone lined up for a show later that night,
18th. Yeah, yes, I do, but it's the same 7 p.m. sort of thing. So I could come on, but it'd be a very short instance. So uh, if you're wanting
thick
something,
and long.
if you want something long, you'll have to wait till October, basically.
Well, then
gonna.
I guess that's where your that's where your invitation lies. Then it's like you come to me when you know that you're going to be able to have a little bit more time, because
I can
it really requires about 3 hours. I try to do it over 3 hours.
over 3 hours just to get that sweet, glorious viewpoints in. I tell you what, Jack, he is a jack of all trades, master of none. But good lord, man. Good lord. Anyway, I'll give you the dates I have open for that after. But anyway, for my things, whether you're on the Rumble side, whether you're on the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, it also helps in having other people on, like Jack, like Abe, like Tommy, like Yarny, like um Hamayama-sama, like Kadath, like so many other people. I need to get Kadath back on. Oh, Stasis Geek, I did finally get him on for one time. Stasis Geek, the elusive Stasis Geek. It was a great time. It was a great time. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated, because again, I do this for the heck of it, because I get to meet a lot of different people like you. Creator or not, it does not matter. It just matters, are you willing to come on and be part of the experience? And that's what DaraChat is about. Meeting people, chatting with people about whatever, and seeing where it goes. So there is that. And of course, I gotta go back. Nope, down. Where is it? I go down to my where's my link? Where's my link? There. Oh, there we go. Again, there's my link right there. You can my link tree. You can find my Twitter X, my email, my a link to Discord there. I don't have a server. It's just for DMing. I'm not interested in setting up a server. Um, it's just part of that ordeal. But anyway, my Rumble and YouTube links are in there as well. And of course, like I said earlier, I'm part of Proton's partner program, and I am promoting the Proton Unlimited plan, which basically encompasses a whole suite, other than like the Proton Authenticator, which is free for everyone to use. The Proton Mail is free for everyone to use. The Proton, there's a free version of Proton Mail, there's a free version of Proton VPN, but with Proton Unlimited, you get more out of the little. And the link, and the link and the link is right there. Again, it is Proton Unlimited. With this link, you get 23% off your initial go. It is every year, or you can pay every month, up to you. But at the end of the day, I use it on a daily basis. I promote it for the benefit. I can make some money off it, but I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I believe in what they do, the privacy and all that stuff. And I'm not going to promote something I don't use. So this I use on a daily basis. Give it a look. If it's worth if it's worth a try, guess what? You have something that is a great benefit to you. If it's not, that's okay. You know what? At least I tried, and I'm glad that at least you took the time to check it over. So thank you so much for that. And of course, gotta go back down. Hey, Adam Gray, how's it? Oh, hey, Adam Gray. Gojira for sure. Hey, calm it down. Calm it down. Is it gay? Promoting things are gay, but I hear that Jack and Abe show is the gayest times. Well, sorry to say, I think the Abe person in that show is a bit more gay than the rest, but that's just me. That's just me. I think he's a little see you next Tuesday sometimes. But hopefully your situation has gotten taken care of, Adam, because I did see that. So hopefully it's gotten some word. But tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will get to have on Tiny again, or won't be boxed for another name, but Tiny will be back on. Of course, lovely as always as she is, even though she's a bit frail, she is still one of the great kinds to have on. Always love to have her on when I can, when she's not busy with other people and all that stuff. So there is that. But of course, the last thing I do with my guest, and because I like people so much, it is called Questions from a Hat. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I bought a hat from Rumble. I put questions aside. What does that mean? Question from a Hat means is I get to take out 2 freebie questions for my guest, and if people want more, I ain't denying. Well, guess what, buddy? It's all yours. Take it. Take it. Just take it. But my guest gets 2 freebie questions. If you want more questions, you have to give a Rumble rant, because I am not monetized on YouTube, because I do not have the requirements for. So it is what it is. But I am monetized on Rumble. So if you want to see more, there is no Hat of Doom. There is no Hat of Doom. You can say what you want, Steve, but it'll never be the Hat of Doom. Never.
You see, that's why they're confused. They don't know what Questions from a Hat is. It's always been known as the Hat of Doom. I don't know why you're changing it now.
I'm not changing nothing. It's always been the Questions from a Hat. You guys just don't know when to quit it. All right, first question. Again, it doesn't matter the amount. It just matters a rumble rant because I've had people spam 1 and 2s. So there's that. But anyway, first question coming up. Jack, are you ready?
No.
Well, sometimes you go in dry. That's how it goes. But anyway, here's this. Like your proctologist. Sometimes you go. Oh man, goodness sake. All right, what's your least favorite color and why?
My what? Least favorite color of what?
What is your least favorite color and why? Or color?
Oh, my least favorite. I thought you said what is my least favorite color of wine.
Oh, now
That's what I
let's
thought you said.
no. Now you brought up a new question. Let's go with that. What is your least favorite color of wine?
I am less fond of dry white wine than any other wine. I much prefer red wine. Rosé is not bad. White Zinfandel is okay, which is a rosé. But I don't mind sweet white wine. It's okay. But I kind of feel like dry white wine is a bit too dry. It's got too many of those tannins in it. Makes your mouth proper dry out, and I'm not fond of dry white wine. But what is my least favorite color and why? I would probably say my least favorite color is brown, because it's the color that I have trouble seeing the most, because brown isn't really a color. It's a shade of orange. Brown is a shade of orange.
Wow, you don't say. It's almost like you don't have some people in your country that isn't brown. But anyway.
Oh no, completely different reasons to that. But brown isn't really a color. That's why brown is a darker shade of orange.
Now, see, this is an idea you should take. Read and roll should have a hat at Doom. I think it's a great idea, but that's up to
What
Jack.
would I do with that? How would I make that work on read and roll?
That's like the last stitch. That's like the last resort, right? Like the hat of doom for read and roll, sort of like before the end. Like you're about on your last thing, your last stat point or whatever it is, and you get an option, but it's gonna cost you. And you'll have to figure out that cost because I it's been a while. Um,
Okay.
top alcoholics recommend it. Well, I'm not a wine person, so I wouldn't know. Yellow, and it's not wine, it's warm. You have a problem, Abe, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's your problem to have. Um,
Sounds like piss. And I wouldn't want any of Abe's piss because it's tainted with fucking Pepper X.
ugh, ugh, ugh. Don't put a toe in it. Anyway, okay.
You can drink it fast or you can drink it slow, but the lips have got to touch the toe.
No. There you go.
Apparently, I did look it up whilst we were talking. It's called the sourdough cocktail, and it originated in 1973 in a place in the Yukon.
Oh, the Hat of Doom would have a 50-50 chance of being given a free object. Oh, that's right. Look at that. That would be like a Hail Mary right there. 50-50 shot of you're on your last life, right? And you get an opportunity of like that last revive, right? Like a phoenix feather or whatever. Or you know what? Maybe it should be an item, right? You get like a phoenix feather or whatnot, or the Hat of Doom token. And if you need to use it while you're on your last bit, and you can only use it like in the last like 10 numbers of your health, right? And you use it, and you get a 50-50 shot of being revived or with a special item that can revive you plus some extras, or it ends you in different ways. But that's
I will
just
definitely take that into consideration. They're not bad suggestions.
hey, you know what, Steve? Thanks, Steve, for that. I'm not taking the Hat of Doom, So why don't you have it?
Steve's often full of good ideas. He often messages me after a show with some extra ideas that he's had whilst he's been watching, and sometimes I take those ideas into account.
Yeah,
He's got some very good suggestions.
Last chance had a doom, or the had a doom works, but the last chance, the last chance token. There you go. The last chance token summons the Hat of Doom, and in the Hat of Doom is a 50-50 shot of being revived with some super benefits, or your life ends.
It needs to have a more sort of fantasy related thing, so like the Helm of Fate or something like that.
A witch's hat. A witch's hat.
No, I'd like it to. I prefer it to be like a metal helmet, you know. So the Helm of Fate or the Helm of stuff.
The helm of what's that one? Lord of the Rings. The helm of Sauron. No, the helm of Sauron. There you go. The helm of Sauron. In this helm, you get a 50-50 shot of being revived with extra benefits, or you die. Something like that. There you go. This one, last one, unless someone gives a rumble rant, is which is more important for content creation, creators, or platforms?
The creators, obviously. That is that is. I understand where you're coming from, but like no, the creator, a creator has people have been creating the internet content since before social media. So it doesn't matter what the platform is, people can still create stuff and put it out on the internet. It's just that now, like I've said previously, there are more out of the box solutions.
Yeah.
And the ones that existed previously were all monetized. People didn't realize that if back in the day they saw it as like e-commerce. Yeah. So you got to make money out of it. Yeah. But what people didn't realize is that you'll get more users if you give it away for free and you microtransaction everything.
Genshin Impact, baby, right there. A little fun game to play, but if you want to get ahead, you gotta. But there you go. You get the Skull of Hope. Yeah, just call it the Skull of Hope. Just call it the Skull of Hope.
Skull of Hope. Now
That's
I like
right.
the idea of that.
You don't really need dead. Dead is just an adjective to describe what the skull is. If you have a skull, the person's already dead. You don't really need to have the extra.
The previously unalive cranium of
now you're starting to sound like a manga at that point. But Skull of Hope, that is what it shall be called, is the Skull of Hope. And every time you have to get it, you get 50 shot. Thank you, Adam. Again, I hope that situation with your payout gets figured out, man. If not, I'll do what I can, even though it's very little. There was less Karens back in the day.
sabotaging.
Sabotaging. Well, he says it has an R in there. So I don't know if that's
yeah. I know it's not spelt right, but I understood the word.
All media production.
Don't be such a pedant, Dara. What is it up with you? You're so pedantic.
Hey, apples
you know
and
precisely
pears,
what that says there. You're not that fucking thick.
Hey, apples and pears, my butt. All right. But anyway. Oh wait, it's apples. Never mind. Anyway, that's the end of the show. Again, both our links are on the in the description, both on mobile and YouTube. Make sure you give him a look, and if, of course, if Jack is worth a follow, why not? I mean, obviously, he's worked hard to be here. You see him cracking jokes and whatnot. He that's more natural than you think. All right, that is more natural than you think. But always a pleasure. Of course, chat. The buy button was at the beginning of the end. Okay. I'm thinking he's talking about that. What if it was Skeletor? I think we'll keep that for another time. But anyway, thank you, chat, for being here, even though if some of you already arrived. Of course, thank you again, Jack. Always will bring you back. The most brought on man on this show for all time. I'm sorry, Abe. It just, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Jack.
He was saying earlier, Abe, how much he wants to have you back on. I know you said that he's a meanie and he doesn't invite you back on. But earlier on, he was saying, "I'd love to get Abe back on sometime," but he just doesn't respond to any of my messages that I keep sending him.
I think love is a little strong of a word, but sure, we'll go with that. People bully me for my spelling. Well, sometimes you need a little grammar nuts in your life. Just to, hey, hello, look at that photo video. Yeah, you misspell it wrong. Hey, get back, spell it right.
We have ways in my country of making you spell, yeah?
Anyway, I end the show with one day with you.
Thanks for having me on, dude.
Anytime,
See you
Jack.
all in the chat.
All right. One day with you. Bye, Pogo. Have a great night. Well, great night for some. Rest of the day for others. I will see you next time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern with Tiny. Will be a blast of a time. See you then, guys.